Welcome to another edition of the Back Nine Report. The second PGA Tour event of the season, the Sony Open, was held in Hawaii last weekend with Siwoo Kim coming from behind to get his maiden win on the PGA Tour. Both the Champions Tour and LPGA get going this week, so the 2023 golf season is truly underway. Carlos is taking a sabbatical from the show, but never fear, we have Mike May to help us this evening. Mike, I understand you're in Orlando this week at Lake Nona for the inaugural LPGA Tour event for 2023. What's it like there? And is there a buzz of excitement to get the year started on the LPGA Tour?
Well, I think I got to Lake Nona pre-buzz. There were some players out practicing, and on the driving range, we should see bigger numbers tomorrow. The weather down here at Lake Nona when the sun is shining is absolutely spectacular. The humidity is gone, and it's just utopia down here at Lake Nona, where even the deer roam free throughout the neighborhoods. Course looks in great shape, as it always is, and it should be another a great opening to the LPGA season starting Thursday.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to play Lake Nona a couple times, and pretty nice golf course. And the residential community around there, some high-profile guys have lived in there. Henrik Stenson, Ian Poulter, Annika, a lot of the European guys now maybe have gone to live. I don't know if they still live there in that area or not, but a lot of the European guys resided in Lake Nona over the years. So,
yes, actually, our office is in the fitness area this week, and as you walk through the main lobby of that building, you see the pictures of all the athletes from all different types of sports, whether it's baseball or tennis or golf. Basketball, who have made their home or make their home there. Frank Nobilo is a name that I see. Ian Poulter, you just mentioned, a few of the ladies. So it's a true international cornucopia of athletes from a wide variety of sports who call Lake Nona home, including Annika Sorenstam.
Mike, our topic for tonight's show is a preview of the PGA show. It's going to be held at the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando, Florida, next week. We're both going to be there. Looking forward to it, and we want to tell our listeners a little bit about what we're going to see there, what they can expect, and what we're going to be talking about down the road. But this is the largest gathering of golf industry professionals, equipment, apparel, and golf manufacturers, related businesses in the world. Over 40,000 will attend the show and walk the 10 miles of aisles on the convention floor. And there's a lot of walking on that convention floor, isn't there?
Indeed. This is a special show. We were just talking earlier today. The last time I came to this show, and I went to it for a number of years, was 2020, 2021, 2022. Well, 2021, it was virtual. 2022, marginal attendance. It was better. But this year, all the exhibitors are back. All the buyers are back. Again, it's a trade show only. So you have to work within the golf industry to get access to this show. Anything and everything you can possibly imagine that's connected to golf is on display, whether it's the people from Irish tourism promoting Ireland as a destination, or the latest drivers or irons or apparel or hats or ball markers, golf balls, shoes, socks, you name it. If it's needed, worn, used, sold in golf, it's on display here before a truly international audience. Should be lots of excitement, a lot of good people. It'll be a homecoming of sorts for those in the golf industry who haven't seen each other for a couple of years.
You're right. 2020 was not, was a very poor. Well, it was held virtual, and it just didn't work. 2021, I'm sorry. 2021 was virtual. 2022, a lot of the manufacturers and a lot of the people still did not attend because of the hangover from COVID pandemic. So it was a much smaller show. The floor, I would say probably at least 30% of the show floor was not used that's normally used for the show. It was at least 30% smaller than normal, maybe even half. You could walk down the aisles and not see people or run into people. When the show is full, like it will be this year, you have trouble walking down the main aisles. I mean, it's just shoulder to shoulder, as you know. And Mike, you can be walking along, you can see anybody. You can see Bubba Watson. You can see, I talked to Chichi Rodriguez one day on the floor show. Hal Sutton, I talked to him one day. Brandon Chambly, the Golf Channel people are there. So it's truly a meeting of all the golf industry. And who attends? You kind of mentioned this: golf industry professionals, buyers for golf facilities and courses, golf course owners, presidents, and managers, PGA and LPGA professionals, both international and domestic, assistant PGA pros and PGA associates, golf and pro shop owners and managers, golf coaches and instructors, directors of golf, students and entrepreneurs of the golf industry, golf tournament directors and organizers. It is truly, all golf. You have to be in the industry really to get in the show or to get a ticket. And there's just a lot of stuff going on. There will be over 900, or well, nearly 900 vendors having displays on the floor. And as you mentioned, just everything: golf tees, carts, electric carts, gas carts, walking carts, self-running carts, you name it, scooters, everything is there on display. It starts out, Mike, on Tuesday. So next Tuesday is the demo day, which is held at Orange County National Golf Center. It's away from downtown Orlando a little ways. And then the show itself is held Wednesday, Thursday, and wraps up on Friday. So, Mike, what is something that you're going to look for this year that's something that you look forward to seeing at the show every year?
I'm always amazed by the apparel. There are so many different brands of apparel. I would not want to be a buyer. The quality of the apparel is second to none. There are so many different creative designs out there, so many different manufacturers. It's more than just Ashworth, FootJoy, Adidas, Cobra. The number of top flight brands is stunning. I'm always amazed how we can come up with better drivers. The drivers we've had the last 20 years have been fantastic, and how they continue to improve. It's got to be by just small amounts. I'm impressed by their marketing creativity. Golf shoes are always something that I find fascinating, but I'm also really curious to find out about the little markers and tees, and how people can hopefully make their millions off something very small. But if you can possibly imagine that it could be shown here at the show, it is. And we have manufacturers large and small. It's not all just Titleist and TaylorMade and Callaway. It's a bunch of smaller organizations that are trying to find their niche. So it's everything from the penthouse to the outhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, the major company displays are really fascinating. I mean, they spend millions of dollars on these things. There may be like 6 or 7 booths all put into one, like a whole block, and they're gigantic. And they have meeting rooms there, so the buyers come in, and so buyers will be buying stuff to put in their pro shops and their stores around the country right there at the show with specials and deals that they have. Mike, we touched on a demo day and fitting day. It's the world's largest professional golf demo day, and it's the perfect start to PGA Show Week. You get a chance to actually see, feel, and touch all the equipment. Every name brand is there, and there's a driving range at Orange County National. It's a big circular driving range. I'm not sure how far it is around there, but I know when I walk all the way around, I'm exhausted. It's a long way. And it will be filled with equipment, golf shoes, any kind of Cobra, like you said, TaylorMade, Titleist, Callaway, PX, everything will be there. If you want to pick it up and take a few cuts with it, you can do that. There's a chipping area. We can go over and chip with different wedges and try that out. Or there's a putting green. You can go grab a putter and go do some putting. A lot of times the companies will have I've been out there when Lexi was there at the Cobra booth. I've been there. Different pros will be around working the booths. They'll be spending an hour or 2 hours there talking to people and putting on little clinics and things like that. So it's always really pretty interesting just to go to demo day itself.
Yes, you mentioned some of the pros, because this is truly a trade only event. The pros are a little bit more open with you and friendly, and They will give you advice because it's not a paparazzi situation. They're not here to be um, captured on film for whatever. It's really professionals dealing with professionals. And again, I think the fact that everyone is truly going to come back, it's like old home week revisited for the first time really since 2020. So it's been 3 solid years since we've had a major turnout, and this is going to be a spectacular, a large number of people. It's great for local tourism, and again, reestablishes this golf show as golf's fifth major, as they promote it.
Yeah, Mike, a little history. This thing started back in the 60s with about a dozen vendors, club equipment companies, and distributors bringing their cars to a parking lot in Dunedin, Florida, over near Tampa, and just opening their trunks and their vans and having a show right there. And it has grown from that now to this massive convention where over 40,000 people will congregate. Pros will be able to take educational seminars to get ongoing educational credits to keep their pro cards and certifications. There's going to be, Mike, something new this year that I'm going to be kind of interested in actually. There's an adaptive golfer center. It's going to be located in the golf fitness, wellness, and instruction area, and it's going to offer new opportunities for this rising segment of the golf industry with a variety of manufacturers associated. So, like the carts that can be adapted to sit and move and play on for people with prosthetic legs or no feeling in their legs, different types of clubs and attachments and things you can use with prosthetic devices will be on display there. I'm really amazed at some of this, and I know you've been watching the adaptive golf grow in Indiana as well. So this should be really something we want to check on.
Yes, we gave some good editorial coverage to the adaptive golf tournaments, and there's a growing number of handicapped athletes, veterans who've come back from conflicts without an arm or a leg, but they still want to play golf. They're ready to spend money on golf, and the golf industry appears to be willing to adapt to their needs so they can enjoy this great game. And there's even, of course, a one-handed golfers association out there. So if you have a passion for the game will certainly find its way to you, and it can become financially profitable for the companies and a great experience for the golfers.
One of the things too that's a little bit new is they've got a career zone, and so the golf industry, just like every business in America, is looking for new talent and hires. They need people on the show floor. Attendees will be able to talk directly with golf-related businesses that are hiring now and need more employees. So that should be kind of interesting to check out. Also, one of my favorite things to go walk through every year when I'm at the show is a new product zone. I always enjoy checking out the latest new products that will be available to golfers coming out during the year. And also, Mike, and I know you like this, that whole golf travel section back there in the one section of the floor, Ireland, Scotland, South America, every place that wants to bring golfers to their country or to their resort has a display there. And that's always fun for me to walk through there and talk to those people.
Yes, I actually had a chance to visit England in 2017 and 18. I visited the southwest of England in 2017 with the assistance of British tourism. We came back with great stories, and I like to think that I gave them more editorially than they gave me in perks for the golf experience. And then I was in Kent in 2018. So I think that the world of international golf travel is now back open for business. We want Europeans to come to the U.S. and Europeans want Americans to come to Europe and throughout the world. So I know the Irish people have a big reception one of the evenings next week. Again, letting the world know that Ireland is open and ready for the American, Canadian, other European golfers to come visit their island.
A couple things before we sign off tonight. A little teaser here. Mike and I are actually going to tape our show next week live from the from the floor at the PGA show. That'll probably be Wednesday or Thursday next week. We won't do a show early in the week, but Wednesday or Thursday we'll probably tape that and put it up. Try and get some photos and things of the floor and some footage and have that all put together. And also, Mike, I'm going to play in the GWA golf tournament a little bit in Orlando at Walt Disney World on Saturday and Sunday. So looking forward to that. I'm going to visit Bonita Bay down at Naples while we're down there. So looking forward to that. We're going to see you there. You're going to be there as well. So a lot of things going on. Also want to mention that the January issues of Ohio, Indiana, and Michigan golf journals are all out there right now. Just go to like ohiogolfjournal.com, indianagolfjournal.com, or michigangolfjournal.com. Click on the cover or click on the stories that are there on the website if you see something interesting. And if you do, hopefully you sign up and have the one of the magazines delivered right to your email inbox every month. So, Mike, anything else on the PGA show or anything else before we sign off tonight?
Sort of a personal rooting interest. I was watching the Sony Open this past weekend, and I noticed a very tall young Englishman by the name of Harry Hall.
Yep.
And Harry comes from the western edge of Cornwall, England's most southwesterly county. I've never met Harry, but Harry's club, the West Cornwall Golf Club, is my old club that I played at for a number of years in the late 70s, early 80s. So he went to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, played in the Corn Ferry Tour last year. I think he won in Wichita, and he's won a promotion to the PGA Tour. So I've got a special rooting interest for the West Cornwall Golf Club's Harry Hall. Look for him to be on a Ryder Cup team soon, and you never know, he might. I think he finished tied 28th this week, shot 1 under yesterday to get to 10 under, and I think he'll do well, and I understand he can hit the ball a long way.
Well, the PGA Tour moves to the mainland this week. They're in California and doing the California swing. Here in a couple of weeks, they'll be heading over to Scottsdale for the Waste Managers Phoenix Open, the greatest show on grass. So the golf season is getting wound up here, Mike. We're really excited about it and looking forward to seeing you down in Orlando next week.
Yes, and of course, viewers should tune in to watch the LPGA's action this weekend, starting Thursday from Lake Nona. Catch us this week because we're off for about 3 weeks before we head to Asia, Singapore, and Thailand. So this will be our, it won't be another domestic event LPGA until the end of March. I think that'll be on Golf Channel and NBC if you check your local listings.
Thanks a lot for listening, folks. Sign on, click on the link below, and have us come to your email every month, every week. Good night.